What's up, YouTube? Welcome to this video. This video is about database first approach, which is the second method to proceed entity framework. As the name suggests, we will have a database with some tables. These are actually the tables that we created in the code first approach video. So, we have this customer table with these columns, the item table with price with name, price, and quantity, the order table with order number, amount, and this customer ID. This order table has a foreign key relation with this customer, and order number is the primary key. Then we have this linking table. So, this table links the items to the order. So, which item belongs to which order? So, we have these tables. And if I convert this table into query, you will see that both of these columns are actually foreign keys. So I want to convert this database into my code so I can perform CRUD operations using my entity framework. So that is database first approach. And we will gonna use a third party tool which is called F core. So there are many ways to convert your database into C sharp code, but this is by far the easiest and the most reliable way that I see. EF core power tools, and we need to download this. So we need to install it, and let us close the Visual Studio and then install this. So it's installed. It doesn't take much time. We will create a new project. Let's go for .NET Core Web API as we did in the first video. So this is the database approach EF. By the way, it's EF core. And let's create a new project. Now let's get rid of the stuff that we all hate, like this weather forecast class, the controller, and this HTTP junk. Now we are ready to move on. So let us add EF core tools, reverse engineer, add a database connection, and our server name is I kind of forgot. So how can you remember this? Whatever name. So the database, I need password, and then I can choose a database. It's not letting me choose. So now I can choose a database. My database was entity1db. Click OK, and we have this option of choosing the entity framework core. So along with .NET core versions, they also release entity framework core version. So currently we are using .NET 8. So click OK. So now we have the table. We will select all the tables and click OK. We just have to click OK and wait for the magic to happen. And it's already happened. So we have a, database context model here with all of the all of our tables so we can perform CRUD operations within it. So somehow it auto installed the entry framework core. Otherwise, we had to install it ourselves. So it has prepared the foreign key relations as well. And let's see our models. So we have our customer model. We have the item, the order, and the order item. Mhm. So you can see that the entity framework power tool did not mention that which is the primary key and which is the foreign key. No relations are mentioned. However, I have told in the previous video that these virtual properties indicate that there is a foreign key relation uh, in this table. However, if you see this class, you can see that the foreign key relations are mapped here. So in this class, the entity framework has defined everything which is needed for it to understand that how the DB operates. Now all of this is actually called a Fluent API. This was also introduced by Entity Framework Core. So we will lean into it in the next video. For now, with these models, we can create. So the controller folder somehow got hidden. I don't know why. Let's include it back into our project and add a new controller and an empty one. We won't use this because this is some messed up shit, because you have to do a lot of work to clean it up, so better to do it from scratch. So we will create items controller, and the first thing that we do is we make it an API controller, and we give it some route. So let's just give it a route of item. It is items, but I am giving it a different route. We don't need the index method. What we need is HTTP GET with a route of, to get a customer. We will create context first. So new entity db1 context. We don't need this context right now. We will get the item like this, dot find based on the ID. Let's just do first or default. If the item is null, throw new exception, item not found. Or we could just return just we could just return content that the item was not found. Otherwise, we will return a JSON item. We can create another method. To create the item, we will need, then we can create a new item. So we can create a new item, then remove this. So this is how we add an item, but it is necessary that we also save the changes. Now these two methods are okay for testing. Let's get the three customer. So the customer with 3 ID. And we also have the create method. So we can type a name, Vegeta. Vegeta is not an item. I don't know. Quantity is 13 and the price is 9,000. Let's execute. So the item is added. Let's see in the items. Uh, these are the items list. So the new item is added. So this was it. This is the entity framework where you can generate code using the database and make your methods to work with your database. We will have future videos regarding the Fluent API soon, and then we will make a entire project using entity framework so you get the overall procedure of how things works. So this is all for the video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.